This chart contrasts big tech's first quarter performance in 2026. Companies like Meta, Alphabet, and Microsoft reported record earnings and accelerating growth margins. But a secondary axis reveals an abrupt, severe spike. These exact same companies simultaneously slashed 81,000 jobs. That contradiction makes more sense when you look at the hardware suppliers. Driven by raw demand for processing power, NVIDIA recently crossed a $5 trillion valuation. The capital saved from liquidating human salaries is directly routed into a massive infrastructure build-out. In 2026 alone, the major tech giants are committing $725 billion exclusively to AI capital expenditure. This chart scales that $725 billion hardware sprint against private markets. OpenAI's $122 billion round dwarfs traditional sectors, pushing its valuation to $852 billion. Furthermore, 66% of all global venture funding is now pouring directly into AI. These companies are permanently dismantling their traditional human workforce. They are trading those salaries to buy the hardware necessary to run autonomous intelligence. Developers are moving past passive chatbots to build agentic AI, systems that formulate plans and execute multi-step goals without a human ever touching the keyboard. Ineffable Intelligence recently secured a $1.1 billion seed round to push this autonomy to its logical extreme. Their methodology, known as self-play, allows a system to learn entirely by interacting with itself in closed digital environments, generating its own internal data without any human-generated training sets. This agentic reasoning is already maturing in commercial settings. In Anthropic's Project Deal, 69 independent AI agents were released into an internal marketplace. They negotiated with each other, evaluated inventory, and successfully closed 186 business deals without human intervention. Granting autonomy to frontier models like Claude Mythos and GPT 5.5 introduces significant risk. Both recently cleared a complex 32-step end-to-end cyber attack range. According to the UK AI Security Institute, frontier cyber offense capability is now doubling every 4 months. The mass human layoffs seen in Q1 are the immediate byproduct of software that can finally formulate and execute its own plans. Now that autonomy is working inside digital servers, the industry is pulling it out of the screen and installing it into physical hardware. We can see this expansion happening through corporate acquisitions. Scaled AI recently purchased Zebra Technologies' robotics automation business, bringing the Fetch robotics platform and its orchestration software under their direct control. The software running these machines is evolving. Physical Intelligence recently demonstrated a model called Pi.7, achieving compositional generalization. It allows a robot to learn a physical skill in a lab, and then successfully apply it to a completely unseen, unprogrammed situation in the real world. This physical integration spans the industrial landscape. SpaceX has placed a $60 billion buyout option on Cursor, signaling a direct intention to merge these autonomous toolsets with heavy aerospace engineering. Mastering compositional generalization gives these tech giants direct access to the global physical labor market. This chart shows the scale of the transition. The U.S. economy grew by 2% in the first quarter of 2026. The AI infrastructure build-out was responsible for exactly half of that growth. While the economy moves at the speed of computation, governance is stalling. The European Union's AI Act has officially delayed core compliance for high-risk systems to late 2027 or August 2028. Governments are bypassing civilian legislation via direct military integration. The Pentagon recently signed classified deals with OpenAI, Google, and NVIDIA, authorizing any lawful use of their systems for military AI use. This military integration turns the supply chain into a geopolitical weapon. U.S. policy dictates maintaining an absolute monopoly on AI hardware, barring China from accessing the physical processing chips required to train frontier models. Specifically, the United States is ensuring that Chinese labs cannot acquire NVIDIA's advanced Blackwell or Rubin GPU architectures. Trillion-dollar incentives and massive corporate restructuring have triggered a race to market. Companies are now incentivized to deploy autonomous superintelligence before human governance can finalize the rules.